It's really a pleasure to be here and always bringing this good news, which is the good spell, the real gospel that answers all of your questions and solve your problems. Okay, your situations, your circumstances, whatever they may be. I want to say that I have good news for you. I want to say to you that there is a way and you must have the will, because wherever there is a will, the way must be provided. And that is what we would be dealing with today. And we're going to be very, very interactive. So I would definitely appreciate your comments. You already seen what the topic is all about. And I sure that you might have something on your heart. I believe that the topic alone is a message to you. So I'm very much looking forward for your participation so we can make this a very interactive one. Because I know once you really set your mind to what we're going to speak about, that it can change your life forever, because these are valuable tools that we need in these times. Okay, so as you come on and you interact, it would be better for us to have a smooth session where every one of us would benefit from this session. It's all about self-development. It's all about self-empowerment. And that is what we would be dealing with, empowering ourselves, developing ourselves to be more productive, to be more creative, to be more of a people who's producing value. Okay, so that's really what we're gonna do today. We're gonna deal with the most valuable side of ourselves, because it's very important for us to tap in to how valuable we are on this earth, because we are all here for a purpose. We are all here to do something, and you must discover what is that something that you're here to do. Never let anyone say to you that you're a failure. Never let anyone tell you that it's too late. Never let anyone tell you that you're too old. Never accept those things from anyone. You must believe in yourself, and you must believe deep within that you have a special gift that you must use to bless humanity. Okay, so I'm gonna take a look at the people who are here already, and I want to thank each and every one of you. But Patriot, greetings. Nice having you. Gmas 11, it's a pleasure having you. Melanie, greetings to you also. It's a pleasure having you. Rashana Harper, it's good having you. And good afternoon to you too. And yes, this message, as you know, is always a positive message, and we're going to go in a very positive direction today as usual. And Tiara Daniels, and she's been very much mindful to remind us of Goya, the law of Goya, which is get off your ass. That's the law of Goya. I can tell that really resonates with her. The law of Goya, get off your ass. You must do something. There's something that you must do. You must give. There's something that you have to give. And there are many people all around the world is waiting. They're waiting for that which you have to give. Millions and millions and millions and millions of people around the world was waiting for what Mark Zuckerberg had to offer. And so many people are gravitating towards social media because someone was willing to share their gift, willing to share their talent with the rest of humanity. And that is why I am so happy reaching out to you and want to share with you. And as usual, I always want to use this book, okay, the 66 Books of Magic, the Overcomer's Bible. And as you know, the Bible is my favorite book, and I do not interpret the Bible as exoteric theology. I explain the Bible as esoteric. Now, the exoteric is for the public. It is teaching you to look on the outside. But the esoteric is for the few who can accept their true self, who are willing to look within. The very few who are open-minded. The esoteric is for them. The esoteric is for those who would accept the fact that they were told that the kingdom of God is within you in Luke 17:21, and they accept that the kingdom of God is within themselves. And also for those who would accept Matthew 6:33, that says that you must seek first the kingdom of God, which is to know yourself, your inner self. And when you seek first that kingdom, all these things that you so desire will be added unto you. All the material things that you desire in this world will be added unto you. But there's a way it will be added unto you, and that's what I'm going to share with you. Okay, how to go about accessing this power that you can use to achieve your every desire with what you are blessed with. That is very, very, very important. Even the trees are acting in their purpose when they give to us that oxygen that we can breathe in, and we can give back that carbon dioxide to them. Okay, everything in this universe is acting in their purpose. All the animals, they're acting in their purpose because they're in alignment. The sun, as I always say, is always in purpose. The sun rises in purpose and sets in purpose and rises again in purpose, in total alignment. And that is what I want to get us into, total alignment. So, as I would have mentioned before, I'm going to read from this Bible, and this one is the Old Testament. It just says Old Testament, right? So it's the 66 Books of Magic, the Overcomer's Bible, and it says Old Testament, okay? And it's dedicated to Abdullah and Neville Goddard, okay? And for those of you who do not know much about this Bible, I have book 2 also of the Old Testament. So this is the book 2 right here, okay, of the Old Testament. Okay, this is the book 2, and we have the New Testament. I would encourage everyone to get the New Testament, okay, this one, the New Testament. Okay, I would encourage anyone to get this one, the New Testament. And in this one, this New Testament, where the word Jesus used to be written, there's a blank space for you to write your name, or for you to write I am, okay, as a way to claim all these things that have been written in the Bible concerning Jesus, as they have been written to you, because it is about you. You're the one who's going to learn how to turn water into wine. You're the one who's going to learn how to multiply the fishes and the bread. You're the one who's going to bring answers to those who are seeking for answers in their life, and you're going to solve problems. Because if you read the story of the Christ, he was solving all of the different problems or situations that people were facing. Okay, so I'm going to read to you from Proverbs, okay, and I'm going to read Proverbs chapter 18, and in this Bible, it's in page 467, page 467 in the 66 Books of Magic, Overcomer's Bible, okay, and I'm reading from verses 16. It says, a man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. Okay, a man's gift. It didn't say your education. It didn't say how much degree that you have. It didn't say how much knowledge you have. It didn't say how much books you would have read. It didn't say none of that. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't read book. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a degree or anything. I'm not saying all of that. What I am saying that here it is saying that a man's gift, which means if it's a gift, there's nothing you can actually do to actually attain it. It means that you were expressed here with that gift. So when you decide to come here, which we all did decided to come here, but we had forgotten. That is why sin is actually amnesia, that state of forgetfulness. Each and every one of us, we born in this world, we cannot remember when it was 1 day old, 2 days, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, you name it, okay? Cannot remember. But we came with a gift, and we must discover that gift, because that is what will make room for us in this world and bring us before great men. It is saying here that our gift is what will connect us to the rest of humanity to bring forth our desires, our dreams, our goals, because we are all connected. That's a very important thing that you must get from this verse, that we are all connected, and that every one of us has been given a gift, and your gift is a blessing to humanity. Now, if I have a bucket of the seawater and someone has just a little teaspoon of the seawater, all of the components that is in the seawater is in the bucket of seawater, and all the components that is in the seawater is also in the teaspoon of seawater. So none of us have anything more than the other, because we are all one. There's only one race, which is the human race, and we are all creators. Therefore, we are to be conscious creators. But for you to be a conscious creator and expand your borders, it is very important for you to know what you really, really, really love and appreciate in this world. And that is why I'm encouraging you to be interactive with me. Is there something that you love, you really love to do, but the means or the thing that you would need is not there? I want to believe with you. I want to affirm with you. I want to look within my mind's eye with you. I want to look through the lens of this camera right now as I speak to you and as I'm looking and the computer here right now, and I want to believe with you. You must know what you love. You must know what you want to do. And what you want to do, it must bring joy and pleasure to you. Even thinking about what you want to do right now would bring joy and pleasure to you. You feel happy about that which you really want to do right now. There's something that you're very, very good at that can help you, but until you make certain sacrifice, you will not be able to expand and discover your gift. For example, let me share with you from my experience. I would have worked at the SVG Postal Service for over 17 years, which is actually the post office, for over 17 years. And I reached a place that I was so disturbed and so confused, because I was stagnating and I wasn't going anywhere. And I would have reached a place in my life whereby I was actually going to a job that I actually didn't love, and it wasn't working out well with me and my co-workers because of what was really happening to me. But I didn't know at that time that the God in me wanted me to widen my scope. The God in me wanted me to grow and expand. The God in me wanted me to discover that there's more that I can do with my life than just exchanging time for money. And I decided to leave without knowing where I was going. I'm not saying, well, I'm giving anyone any advice to do exactly what I did. I follow my intuition, okay? And when I leave, they actually paid me for the years that I was there. And when I left, most people asked me what I was doing, and I told them I was more into fitness because I really love fitness and so on. And the first question they asked me is which one was really paying more money. So I told them it's not about the money, it's which one was making me feeling better. And I continue in fitness. But to be honest with you, there's an experience I would have had many years ago. And this experience is that it was a Sunday morning and I had a Bible in one hand, okay? And I had a bodybuilding magazine in the other hand. And I was crying. And I was asking God at the time, thinking that God was a man in the sky, okay? But now we know that God is our imagination, the creator in each and every one of us. Okay? I was asking the question, why is it that I love two things so much in this world, which is fitness and my spiritual journey? Okay? And I felt like I was at a place that I have to give up one and choose which one I want to be a part of my life for forever while I'm here, okay? But at the time, I didn't know that I was going through my Abraham experience because I didn't know Abraham was a state of mind, okay? So, to cut a long story short, I decided that I'm gonna choose my spiritual side and I was willing to surrender the physical side. So I took all of my bodybuilding magazines and so on and I give them away and so on, and I decide I'm gonna more stick with the Bible and so on and more focus on my spiritual self. And then I went to my workplace, which was at the post office, and I told them, God is really dealing with me, and He want me to do, more spiritual fitness and nutrition with people than the physical and so on. And the people at my workplace, they laugh me to scorn and they tell me, God would never tell me to do that, or God could tell me to do that and so on. I tell them yes, and I was very much obedient. And a couple months later, that little voice that is within, which is actually, that is God within, our intuition, the one who wants to communicate with us when we are in quiet time, communicated to me and said to me it was a test. That give it back to me, both spiritual and physical. And from that time, my life began to change bit by bit by bit by bit. Everything just started changing with me. And that is what would have brought me to the point where I am at right now. And so, my brother and my sisters, the main point I want to get across to you, that you're spiritual and you're physical. And you're here to do a work in the physical also. But you must come to understand that you are not to get too consumed in the physical world, because it's shadow, it's illusional, okay? We create all our circumstances, we create all the things that we desire in this world. They all were first a thought, they were first imagined, and they came about because people believe in their gift. For example, let me use an example, and I love to use this example, okay? This is money. And we all appreciate money very much. Are you seeing?
Bring it down.
Okay, you seeing it clear? Okay. We all appreciate money very much. But do you realize the reason why we have money is because someone was willing to invest in their gift? Someone was willing to use their talent to do something different in the world. They look beyond bartering and see that there could have been another way of transaction. And that person at that time would have been like a great mind to think like that. That person at that time would have been like a visionary to see what we refer to as the future, to see beyond your nose. And that is why, my brother and my sisters, when we discover our gift, we have to use our gift knowing that this is what we are here to do. And because there are certain laws that governs humanity and governs the universe, once we walk along with those laws, we do not have to worry about what would take place in terms of us receiving from what we are offering. The key is to focus on giving of your gift, giving of your talent, seeing how important it is to utilize your talent. See how important it is to be a blessing to someone else, to make someone smile, to make someone laugh, to make someone be more persistent, to make someone have more tenacity to fulfill something in their life. It's so good to motivate someone. It is so good to uplift someone. It is so good to tell someone positive things and uplifting things. Things that would make them feel love and acceptance in their heart, not fear. Many of us would have grown up in secular Christianity and we were taught to see the Bible from an angle of fear. But it is the same Bible that says that your gift is right here. It's right here in Proverbs. Proverbs 18 and 16. Your gift would make the way for you and bring you before important men, bring you before presidents, bring you before prime ministers, take you to the highest places in life and have you to have the best things in this life that you desire. It is your gift that is going to do it. So my brother and my sister, as I reach out to you, I am doing this so you would look within yourself and ask yourself if you actually been using your gift and if you actually know your gift. And also if you're satisfied with the results you're getting in your life. Because if you're not satisfied, it means that you need to know what is that thing that is your gift that you must use to help humanity. Now remember, you do not have to be great to get started, but you have to start to get great. Remember that. Unless you start, nothing will happen. Unless you start, nothing will take place. There's a lot of action, and that law of action is very important. There are many people who want to manifest things in their life, but you cannot manifest things just sitting down, doing nothing. For example, if you need a job, of course you must write a letter of application. That is taking action. If you need to know certain information and you do research, that is you taking action. Even when you practice visualization, that is you taking action. But you take action, okay, from that aspect of prayer. because prayer is desire and meditation. But after you would have already prayed and you plant the seed, you must water the seed. It is very important that you water the seed. And you water the seed by keep affirming it up to a certain time in your life. Let me give you an example, okay? Today, I had an encounter with an individual and we have an appointment for Monday, okay? And this is because of an exercise I would have done. When I got back home, I remember when I set it in motion and used my imagination to meet with this person to be able to present something I want to present concerning my gifts. And I didn't ask the person anything. As a matter of fact, the person passed me in the city and they shot me and they went their way and they turned back and came to me and give me this invitation for us to meet on Monday. Okay? And as I said, is when I got home, I realized, hey, I created it. And I can tell you even more division of things that haven't happened as yet. Because I remember when I appropriated. And you can appropriate anything that you desire in this life when you know that you born in this world with a gift and a talent and that the creator is in you. And is in everyone, as a matter of fact. But many people are creating unconsciously. You see, I gotta give you that example because I'm practicing to always create consciously because of my awareness of who I am. And that is why, my brother and my sisters, do not underestimate yourself in any way. Do not underestimate yourself in any way. Never look down and the things that you're really good at and the things that you love. Sit and think about how you can make things better with whatever you're doing. If you are a housewife, see how much you can be a better housewife. If you make bread, see how much you can make your bread have a better quality. If you make cake, see how you can make your cake have a better quality. If you are a barber, see how you can be the best barber you can be. If you deal with a salon, let's say you're a woman who deals with hair and you have a beauty salon, see how much you can better what you're doing. Because everything that we've seen in this world, it was someone first had that idea, okay, and they worked towards it, and then we see other people came later on, okay, and further that which someone would have started. I think a good example of that would be with electricity. Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison. One of them started first, and then the other remember, well, this man was doing this research, and he continued on it. We have so many different vehicles. And we see it start from Henry Ford having his idea and working on his idea. Do you realize that one idea can make you a billionaire? Do you realize one idea can make you a multi-millionaire? And that is why you need to know what is your gift. That's why you need to know what is your gift and to seek to know what is your gift. But most of the time, what would be your gift would be the thing that you love, okay? It would be the thing that you love, the thing that you cherish. It's just something that you just love to do. Since a little boy growing up, I always like to be fit. I always like to be in shape. I always like, to me, exercise is a joy, it's a pleasure. I remember when I went to secondary school, that very first year I made the soccer team because I was so physically fit. And when I went to try out, all the guys who could have even played soccer better than me, they couldn't deal with the physical. They were actually afraid of the coach. with the physical exercises, and that was my strong point. And I always get games because I was so fit. And I always stick with it. When people laugh at me and tell me it was a waste of time trying to build your body living in a third world country or living in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I knew better. Deep within me, I knew that there would come a time when fitness and all of these things would be so popularized. And I'm talking about way back in the 90s. No, because of social media, the fitness industry is so big. The spirituality niche also is so big, and all of these other things are so big right now because of social media. That is why you must have vision. And you learning something right now and embracing your gift right now, it might seem not so significant, but 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, you might be seen as an icon. You might be seen as a pioneer. Just imagine, okay, bodybuilders from the 60s and the 50s, even up to the 70s, they never could have think that a person could have been, as a bodybuilder, right, could have been getting like $400,000 for a show. Just spending like, say, a minute and a half on a stage flexing and getting $400,000, which I'm speaking about like the Mr. Olympia. They'll get $400,000 plus they'll have so much endorsement and contracts. They never knew that at that time, way back in the 60s and 50s. But Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was a visionary, and he was looking at I think his name was Rec Park. He was looking at Rec Park as his role model. And Rec Park was living way in Johannesburg, I think, in South Africa. And Rec Park was into movies and so on. And Arnold Schwarzenegger patterned all of that from him. And from Steve Reeves, who was a bodybuilder way back in the 50s also, and the 40s, I want to believe. And he patterned from them. So my brother and my sister, all of us born with a gift. Okay? Now it's 30 minutes of me speaking. Now I want to look at the comments and I want to make this one interactive from here. Okay? Sultan of Glory, it's nice having you, my brother. Greetings to you. Kish, love your message. I love having you too. And I want all of us to be very much interactive. If you're listening to me, I want you to answer this question. Have you found your purpose? Have you found your gift? And if you believe you find your gift and you're offering something that anyone who's listening right now can benefit, don't be afraid to mention, okay? MDK, financially free and traveling the world is my dream. Okay, now he wants to be financially free and travel the world. Now that is his desire. Now he has to formulate a plan, and that plan of action must be linked to his gift, his talent. That is what's gonna help you and open up the way for you to have this goal being visible in your life. So it is possible, but you have to discover what is your gift. I remember, growing up, and I remember I used to look at those stand-up comedians. And I've come to see so many of those guys who are stand-up comedians, how they end up in movies and become so popular. And it's all because they were using their gift. Right in the Caribbean, the whole world get to know about Jamaica because of Usain Bolt. Because what? He found his gift and he used his gift. Okay? G-11, my gift will share No, my gift shall make a way for me. I affirm. I love entrepreneurship. That's my purpose, to service others, and I have found that out after discovering my God self. So, as I said before, each and every one of us, you were here for a purpose. Some of us can be entrepreneurs. Not everybody can be an entrepreneur. I heard Les Brown, who is a motivational speaker, said that there was a man who wanted us to open a restaurant. And he asked him, so why you really want to open up a restaurant and so on? And he said, he loved cooking, he loved so on. So he said, have you ever had any experience in the restaurant business? He said, no. So Les Brown suggested him that he should have some experience in the restaurant business so he can have an idea. So he decided to take a job to work at a restaurant as a cook. And when you see the behavior of the workers and the kind of things he have to face to run a restaurant, he changed his mind. He said, I was settled to be a cook instead of a restaurant owner. Settled to be a cook. So you have to know, okay, what you want and test it to see if it can work for you also. Okay? Jane Boy, because sharing is the nature of the light. I share my gift. I am taking on the nature of the creator. But what is a gift? Okay, for example, myself growing up, there's a lot of people who used to say, boy, he loves to talk. But I always say to myself, yes, I love to talk, but I don't love to talk shit. You understand? Because some people, when they talk a bunch of shit. They gossip and they say negative things, but my thing was always about talking to make sense and so on. So I've always been a very interactive and talkative kind of person. And now here am I using my mouth, using my gift to talk to people, to encourage people, to uplift people. Some people will call me preacher because I'm always talking. I remember when I was working at the post office, when I go out to deliver mail, I was talking to people about God. It gets so bad. Tell the people in the post office, they call me in a meeting and they tell me if I cannot stop troubling people by telling them about their religion and their belief and God and so on, that they will fire me. So I tell them, well, I'm already fired because nobody gonna tell me not to teach the word of God. At the time I was a Christian, going to church, believing in secular Christianity. But I am still a Christian, but I'm not a Christian who's looking outwardly. I'm a Christian who's looking inwardly. I'm a Christian who's accepting that my body is the house of the living God. I'm not a Christian who's accepting that the kingdom of God is within me. I'm accepting through Christianity is looking inwardly and believing that God is my imagination, which is the creator in everyone. Therefore, I don't go on my knees and pray to God outside of myself. I go within myself and appropriate that which I want in my life. I'm up to today. I got answer. I'm so happy. The guy spoke to me and he didn't even know we're going. He speak to me. We set up the meeting to meet on Monday. He didn't know I did anything. He had no idea. But I know. So my brother, my sisters, it's very important for you to know what is your calling, what is your gift. Okay? It is true in your book about, let me get this back. Bad page, yeah? It's true. I don't want to miss out anyone. Let me see. Let me go back up. Okay. Shabogala, love and appreciation, my brothers and sisters. Love to you too. It's always a pleasure having others joining in and being a part of this live. We're here to build each other and to uplift each other. Boris, Amel, greetings, watching from Cameroon. It's nice having someone from all the way in Africa in Cameroon. My brother, once you can discover your gift in Cameroon, believe you me, your life can change overnight, especially in this time of social media. Especially in this time of social media, the greatest transfer of wealth is taking place on the earth right now. And there are many people who are blind to it because they fail to look in themselves to discover what is their gift, what is their calling, and to say to themselves, how may I serve humanity? Do not say, what can my country do for me? Say to yourself, what can I do for my country? It's so nice having my brother all the way from Cameroon. I remember I used to watch a lot of Cameroon in the World Cup playing soccer. You know, those men from Cameroon playing soccer when they used to have World Cup, and I'm always behind the African countries. I always want them to win World Cup. Okay, is it true in your book about Abdullah that he taught Joseph Murphy? Yes, and I would encourage anyone to get into the work of Joseph Murphy, talk about your subconscious mind being a friend and the power of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is that intelligence that is within you. Whatever you impress upon your subconscious mind, that is what the subconscious mind will give to you. As long as you let me say this, okay, because I like to speak from experience. I remember, okay, that when I walk off of my job in Bukumembe Resort, I was a fitness trainer in Bukumembe Resort, and I've been honest and real with you. The way how the white people were cheating the black people down there, it wasn't going down well with me. Many of them were unqualified for the jobs, and they were getting paid in like US money, and we was getting paid in our local money and so on. And like for example, the next trainer who used to work with me was a white guy. Sometime at work time, he would even go in the jacuzzi. Okay, and I call that to their attention also in a meeting and so on. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I told them I'm not an indentured servant and I do not have any slave mentality, and I'm gonna leave the job. And they try everything to keep me in the job. But I leave the job. As a matter of fact, I wrote a book called Bukumembe Resort and the Messenger because I didn't know that I would have gone to learn certain lessons. And it was my imagination I used to work there. I used to tell people when the resort was building that I was going to work there as a fitness trainer. And about 2-3 years would have passed since they would have opened the resort, and they were only employing white people to be the fitness trainer. And I was the first person they had there employed as a black person to be the fitness trainer. Okay? And when I leave that job and I went home, I said, I am not going to look for any job from anyone, and I'm not going to do anything. I believe in God, that God going to provide for me what I'm supposed to do, and the job going to meet me right in the house. I'm going to stay in this house and I'm going to get a message. And that's how I own a business. That's how I got the business. That's how I got my shop at the school. I can share that. At the time, I didn't know that I was going to appropriate or manifest it. I didn't know I was going to speak it into being. I did it with feeling, and I would have meant it, and I never leave the house. And a message came to me. The principal wanted to speak with me. I went and I signed the papers and so on, and you see, Shabugala, love and appreciate my brother and sisters. Love you too, my brother. Greetings. I'm watching. Okay, I'll read that. Trish G, nice having you. No, I haven't found my gift. Being too focused on being a single mother and surviving, that I have put that thought and ambition aside. Now, if you're doing a good job as a single mother and you're raising your children in the right way, then you might think it's not a gift, but it can be a gift also. But there might be other hidden gifts that you need to discover. Because if you're single, let me see, single mother. Okay, if you're a single mother, be the best single mother that you can be. Because for example, the fact that you're here and getting this kind of teaching, you've been equipped to be a better single mother, to teach your child or children the right way of how to believe in themselves, how to appreciate themselves, how to lift their self-esteem, and how to believe in their imagination. So even if no one would have taught you about your imagination, you can teach your children. You would be the best gift to them right now with this kind of knowledge. So there might be more hidden gifts in you that you are to seek and have a strong desire for the God in you to reveal these other gifts to you. Okay? Tiara Daniels, I love to write, you see, but I have a gift of encouragement. the thing about loving to write and loving to read and so on, this was something that was very, very similar with me. I read everything. Anything I put my hand to, I read. I remember that I used to work at the post office. There's so much books and magazines used to be around the place. Till I started reading women book. You used to have some book marked Glamour and so on. I started reading those too. Even though I used to read. You see? And that's why sometimes I still have to put on, glasses, because it's so much exercise. I working at the post office and still I used to read. And while working at the post office, I used to be very observant. I see what kind of books people read. And you have this place in my country where all the, multi-millionaires and so on that come from overseas and they live there. It's called Mustique. And when I used to work post office, I used to look at the things that the people who live in Mustique that they would order. And I go on the internet and check out and look at them. I remember I got in touch with a supplement company because the small booklets used to pass through the post office going to these people and I would read it and so on. And then, I found, this channel, this site and so on where they're selling these supplements. So, let me see. So, yes, Tiara, continue to write and keep writing, keep believing in yourself. The writer, you are a writer, okay? You just have to believe in that, okay? And encouragement, it means that you have a gift of speaking also, reaching out to people. So these are things that you should never take slightly. You have to know, look within yourself and ask the God within you, how can you use it in a more meaningful way to help others? For example, when I started to write as I've been inspired in notebooks. Is when I get onto the internet and doing YouTube, I started to talk about, I have written this book, I've written that book, and the people say, where is the book? I said, the book is still right here with me in my notebook. And then someone reached out to me and told me about Amazon. And that's how I know about Amazon. I had no idea. Okay. MDK, well, thank you, brother, for answering, for the wisdom. Bless you. I hope I'm answering all that you need to look within yourself to discover your gift and use your gift, okay? Let me see. I would love to travel and be song designer for independent movies. Okay, have you had any experience in the filming industry or in photography or anything like that? Okay, the traveling, I can understand the traveling, and I'm not too versed in who is a song designer. Okay, I guess it's the person who may choose the songs like you might have behind the movies and so on, because when you're looking at a movie with his songs, I don't know, you can probably enlighten me on that. Okay, and for independent movies, why not just movies in general? Okay, it could be movies in general, but whatever it is, you have to believe and you have to see in your mind's eye that you're doing that thing that you so desire to do, and you bringing happiness to other people by you doing it. My gift desire is to build the best digital audio player and housing for humanity. Okay, whatever is your desire, the only one that can stop you is you. And that is why whatever you want to do, if it's in the digital area, in the electrical area, okay, because these things they are more electrical and so on, right? You have to research and learn and know as much as possible concerning that which you really want to work upon. It is very good for you to educate yourself about what you want to do. For example, I'm into fitness and I've educated myself over the years on fitness and nutrition. Okay? The only thing that would have happened to me is that I would have done certification courses with two different schools. On one the school which was National Academy for Health and Fitness. They would have stolen some money from me and double charged my credit card. But I was following my goal and my gym, and I have all the books, and I educate myself and so on. So you have to educate yourself on what you want to pursue also. Okay? Jeff West Bay, peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to you too. All of us actually have one gift. So whatever yours is, it is to uplift fallen humanity. Okay? All of us use one power. Okay? But to say that is just one gift, there are people who have more than one gift. Okay? You can use the people who have more than one gift. Let me just say that. There are people who have more than one gift, okay? But I understand where you say the goal is to uplift fallen humanity, okay? I understand it in that aspect also, but I just want to say that a person can do 2, 3 different things also, okay? Vinci in the house, nice having someone from the island right here, which I'm speaking from, who's on this vibration. Dudes Brown, nice having you, my brother. It's a pleasure. Remember, you can have whatever you desire in this world, but it's very important for you to find what is your gift and what is your calling, and use your gift and calling to bless humanity, because your gift is what will make room for you. Shabugala, I found art, specifically carving woods and stone. Learning to share it has been a blessing. Like, for example, you have such a gift, okay? You can do something for someone for free and ask that person to advertise it for you. And you can do it for someone from the heart of kindness, and someone saw that person with your good, and they might say, who made that? Where did you get that from? And then they can share it and say, well, I got it from this person, and so on. And right there can be the very start of something great. For example, a person who can braid hair real good, they might do someone here for free. Might be a friend or a relative, and then someone says, oh, who did your hair? Your hair looks so nice. And they say, this person did it. How can I get on to this person? When you say, well, I can give you their number, you can reach them. So my brother, my sister, whatever it is, use it. Sometimes you have to start giving your gift for free, knowing that you have a greater plan, okay? Because remember, everything is a business. Everything is a business. You're right, bro. With social media now, when we display our gift, it can get viral and even present opportunities more easier these days. Yes, well said, my brother. Because we are living in a social media age. We are living in a digital age. You see, and people need to realize we're not stuck in an industrial age. We've moved past the industrial age and moving into the cyber digital age. And that is why you have to use the digital service or the social media service as a strong point towards you achieving that which you desire, because it's a platform that most people tune into. Okay? There are millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people on social media. All the businesses are doing the advertisement on social media. Social media is the place. And if you haven't learned anything from the coronavirus and what is going on right now concerning you utilizing your time wisely and using social media wisely, If you do not learn anything from this, you're not going to learn anything again. Gifts come without repentance. So if the person is not grounded within, it can have an opposite effect. Well said. That is well said. That is why you need to start with yourself. And you need to practice positive thinking in your life every day. You have to have the right thoughts towards yourself and towards others. So you have to fix yourself first. That is why even the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. Because if you do not love yourself first, you will end up loving money more than you love yourself, and you'll do anything to get it. That's why the jails are full today, because people never learn to love and appreciate themselves over money. And that is why when you find your gift, it will help you also to love and appreciate yourself, because whatever you're going to do, it will not feel like work to you. You'll enjoy doing it. So, yes, as my brother would have said there, Jeff Westby, it can have opposite effect. And that is why some people achieve their goal, and it causes a lot of heartache and problems, because they believe they could check the laws of the universe, the laws that governs humanity and the laws that governs the universe. You can't check the laws that governs humanity and governs the universe. Yes, indeed, brother, you are correct. We must ask ourselves, how can we service? How can we serve? How can I service? Then the answer will come. Yes, you must ask, how can you serve? Because when you ask the universe, how may I serve? Then the universe will ask you that same question, how may I serve you? Okay? Then that's why it's good to present to the universe that what you want to do. Okay? Some people have gifts, others have a talent. There is a thin line between the two and can be confused by people who seek outward signs. That is a very valid point also. That is why you have to know that your gift will actually complete you in terms of open up the door for you in every aspect. You see, when you find your gift, all the other things that you so desire, that one gift will help you to achieve this and achieve this and achieve this and achieve this and achieve this. Sometimes people have, let's say you have 100 desires, okay? You have to realize when you discover your purpose will enable you to fulfill all these other desires, because it would make room. That's why the Bible says it will make room for you. It open up doors for you. So you go from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Talent is a pursued interest, while gift seems to appear. You're born with a gift. You're born with it. Okay? The body of Christ is one, and a body has feet, hands, head, 2 eyes, fingers, etc. And we all are a part of the body, and though thousands away, okay, we are connected, though thousands of miles away and so on, we're connected. If you are a part, be the best part. That is well said, and you can go even further to, just like the body, the whole body made up of cells and tissues and so on, but it's just one body. And as the brother would have mentioned here concerning, if you are a part, be the best part. I always put it this way: there's the head and there's the tail. And the Bible says you must be the head and not the tail in Deuteronomy 28. You must be above and not beneath. You must be the lender and not the borrower. So the lender and the borrower have to do with whether you're choosing to be here or down here. Where are you living from? Where do you live psychologically? Would mean whether you're up here or down here. Also, there's heaven, which is above, and there's hell, which is below. So if you live down in your carnal self and you live from the flesh, you would experience hell. But if you live from here, that is why you need to know the law of mentalism, that everything is mental. Everything is for psychological. Everything has to first be a thought. And that's one of the main things that many religious people is missing. The law of mentalism. Trish G, thank you, sir. You're welcome. It's a pleasure having you. How do you feel about Esther Hicks' teaching? Esther Hicks' teaching is the same teaching that I am teaching you right now. Just means she's taking it from a different angle. Okay, she always say like go into the vortex, but do not get caught up with the words of saying going into the vortex. It's like you going into meditation and going into your higher self. Okay, seeing things from your mind's eye, seeing things from the eye of God. Okay, as a matter of fact, this body is trapped in a vortex. Okay, you're trapped in this body. That is why when you lift your vibration, you can lift your vibration to a place whereby you can have an awakening experience and you can come out of this body, because it happened to me through your skull, and you can become invisible. Okay, having your Christ consciousness experience. So Esther Hicks' teaching is good teaching, but you just have to understand the angle from which she's coming from. Okay, all of these teachings that you see other people teaching, everything is actually right there in the Bible, but you have to understand the Bible esoterically. How do you feel? Okay, I read that already. Zion Charles, nice having you, Zion. How do I manifest or become a professional athlete? For you to be a professional athlete, you have to have it in you. Okay, you have to have it in you in terms of whatever sport that you are so interested in. You have to ask yourself, how good are you at it? For example, if it's athletics, okay, and you're a runner, you have to ask yourself, am I better at long distance or short distance or middle distance? Okay, so you have to know where and what area you should be specialized in. And what you desire, it must feel natural to you. It must be that you know that you have the gift, you have the talent, but it just need working upon. It might mean getting a coach or speaking to someone who can help you in that area. But you have to do something, okay, to help to develop your gift and develop your talent. How do I manifest millions? Okay. The way you manifest millions is the way how everyone would have manifested millions, by knowing their gift. Because it's all about finding your gift, finding your purpose, finding your calling. That would open up all the other doors for you. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one footstep. That's why you have to make the first move. That is why it's very important to practice visualization, practice meditation, practice affirmation, practice scripting, journaling, all of these things. And you will know what works best for you. The law of assumption works real good with me. I can just assume something and boom. Because sometimes you assume things and you drop it so quick. And it's manifest. Where am I now? Let me see. Okay, how do I manifest millions? Answer that. Everything, yes, everything is a business. Business is an exchange. It's giving and receiving. That's why you have to give of your gift. Okay? And to how much of your gift you give would mean how much you would get back. Everything in this world is a business. I was reading something from Malcolm X where he was saying that a black man and a white man, both of them say would have gone to Harvard. and both of them get a degree, and the white man will go and he would open up a business, while the black man might go now and looking for a job, a work. So knowing our gift and our calling and understanding that everything is a business, we'll understand that the highest paying job in the world is business, and business is all about selling. So selling is the highest paid job in the world. Remember that. Selling is the highest paid job in the world. Sometimes you share knowledge and you might charge something for the knowledge, and people say that you shouldn't charge for knowledge. Of course, giving you knowledge and sharing knowledge is all business. How did you get the knowledge? Where did you get the knowledge from? Someone had to receive, someone had to believe. So there's nothing that is for free. You see, the people who believe that there are things for free in this world are the people who remain stagnated and never grow in life. These are the people who never understand the principle of giving and receiving. These are the people who never understand that everyone is here to discover their gift and their calling and their purpose and to use it. Because the reason why you're facing what you're facing is because you're not using your gift and you're not seeking to know what is your gift. And I can tell you that religion is something that can actually block you from discovering your gift. You can become so religious and so heavenly minded that you know earthly good. You live all your life and you never use a gift and never find your purpose and you never bless nobody. You're trying to change everybody, trying to condemn everybody who's not like you. Thank you for the knowledge, brother. Thank you also, Tiara. Oh, okay. That was somebody else. Yeah, that was okay. Most time the gift is that thing one enjoy doing in life, making it beneficial, that make other people's life easy and enjoyable is the goal. Yes, well said, Sultan of Glory. That's what it is. The thing you love, the thing you enjoy. Look, right now, me being here speaking to you, this is joy and pleasure to me. This is like having an orgasm. You understand what I'm saying? And remember, when you have a desire, it's a spiritual sensation that will cause an impregnation and it must bring forth the manifestation. You know how good it feels that you're walking around knowing that you are acting in your purpose, knowing that you're doing something that you love to do and you're not doing it just because you're trying to make money. You're doing it because you love it. You enjoy doing it. So when the money comes, it's just a reward for what you're doing. But when you try to do things just based on money, you follow after money and you end up with all kind of problems and situations. That's why there are so many people all around the world who goes to jobs that they don't love. Many times I move around in my country, in the city, and I go to the stores. And all these local people, they're working with the Syrians, the Chinese, and these people, and I can look on their faces. When the sun or rain, they have to go. I always say someone have to clean the street, but it doesn't have to be you if you know better, if you know what to do. So we all are responsible to find our gift and our calling, to know what is our purpose and use it. You will be rewarded for service to others. Yes, Shabugala, yes, thank you for mentioning that. You will always be rewarded for service that you render to others. It's a law. It's a law. Remember this, my brother. I said the golden rule of life is to do unto others as you will have them do unto you. I know when I bless someone, someone in return will bless me. When I give to someone, someone in return will give to me. It's a law. But many people give and they never get the kind of results. And I'm speaking from experience from being in Christianity. You give out of fear. The preacher on the pulpit and he preach Malachi chapter 3 and believe that you're going to be you believe you're going to be under curse if you don't give, and you take your 1/10 and you give it to somebody else instead of you take your 1/10 and save your 1/10 for yourself. You are the high priest. The Bible is all about you. Bless yourself with your wanting. When you do that, you are acknowledging the God that is within you. But when you give it to someone else, you believe that there's a God outside. So you rewarding that God on the outside. Unfortunately, you have to be the pastor that you're saying is a God, so you have to give him 1/10 of your own. The first 1/10, no, it's for you. Let me see. Your teachings have brought me to self-realization and self-love. Thanks, man. And the reason why this person can make that statement, because it's the same thing that would have happened to me, and the way how I would have felt after knowing this truth. I want other people to feel that way. I want other people to feel the joy it is to know that you're free, to know that there is no condemnation, to know that there's no one going to send you to any hell, to know that you've come here to learn the lessons of life and to serve each other, because we are one, we are all connected. So I know when the brother say how he's feeling, I know that is the truth, because that's what the same experience I would have had. Because that's real true salvation, is self-realization, realizing who you are and why you're here. We're not here to stab each other in the back. We're not here to compete. There's more than enough. There's more than enough. Once you use your mind and visualize, the universe is going to connect you with the right people. You don't have to go looking for them. They're going to connect you. Universal flow. Nice having you, my brother. I know for sure one of our gift is to give and receive. My brother, yes, all of us give is actually giving. Okay, doesn't matter in what way, it's giving. Okay, as someone would have said before, that there's one give. In this aspect, there's that one is giving. But as I was saying, that we have many different gifts, but the whole thing is all about giving. It's all about giving. It's all about giving, not about receiving. In school, they taught us to go after the getting. The system set you up to go after the getting. I can speak from experience. When I leave school, the next thing I was looking for is a job. I was just thinking about money. Because they tell you in school, if you don't get education, you ain't going to be successful and you ain't going to make plenty of money. But when I look around, the teachers are not the one who making plenty of money. The nurses are not the one making plenty of money. The policemen are not the one who making plenty of money. The ones who making plenty of money is the one who are in control of their time, and because they are utilizing the gift and the talent, the calling. So we're supposed to go after the being before the getting, and that is why Matthew 6:33 says to seek first the kingdom. And Luke 17:21 tells you that the kingdom of God is within you. You got to look within first. And when you discover the kingdom, you discover the secret of creation. It's the greatest secret that you can discover, which is the secret of imagination. It's the secret of God in man. So, well said, universal flow. Nice having you, my brother. It's always a pleasure. I'm a lender, not a borrower. We all have to always affirm that I'm a lender, not a borrower. I'm a lender, not a borrower. The Bible tells you that. It means if you're a lender, it means you're living from here. The borrower lives from here. The borrower living in hell. You see, many people read Deuteronomy 28 and they miss it, the blessing and the cursing. And they forget that this one body, it have a head and it have a tail. The intelligence is here. The mind control the body. So when people go to church and call him Jesus and believe is a man with blonde hair and blue eye and a God, a savior outside himself, you know what they're saying? I love slavery. I living in the realm of the physical. That's what they say. They love slavery. So the cross is the whip. It's the slave master whip. But when you have the one, the magic one, look at the ancient Egyptian, and you see they have this stick with the curve. That's the magic wand. Do you know your word is your wand? Your word is your wand. That's why the Bible tells in Isaiah 55 and 11, my words will not return unto me void. My words. You think it is a man in the sky saying his words? No, it's you. My words will not return unto me void. But it must accomplish that which I send it to and prosper anything where to I send it. That's power. And you need to know that power is in you. Okay. Take no thought for your own. Well, the Bible tells you not to take thought for what you should eat, what you should drink, what you should wear, and so on in Matthew chapter 6. But in that same Matthew chapter 6 also, it tells you not to be like the hypocrites who like to be seen and all, but must to go into your closet, to go into a secret place, go into meditation, go into visualization. Okay? Teaching you the right way to pray. The right way to pray. That's why Psalm 4:4 tells you that to commune with your own heart upon your bed and enter into the stillness. Let me see. How do we activate the crown chakra? Okay, I will encourage you first of all to learn to use your imagination to prove that the creator in man is your imagination first. Walk with the law first instead of the promise. Well, I would have experienced the promise first, okay, where I would have bought my crown chakra and so on. Okay, I would have had that experience first. But I would encourage anyone, right, to start first with knowing who you are, loving yourself, embracing yourself, and know for sure that the creator is in you by using imagination to create things in your life. And when you know that, okay, that experience will come not by what you do. When it happens to you, we know it's all about grace. It's unmerited favor or unconditional love. That's how you will actually discover true love. Okay, so that's not something, you know, I sometimes I hear people tell people they can just have the experience if they do this and they do that. I don't teach people that, because that's an experience you don't know when it's gonna happen. So there's nothing a person can say because I did this, that's why I get this results. No. Not when it comes to being enlightened or awakened, coming to your Christ consciousness. It's not what you do. It's a part of the journey, and when you're ready for it, you're gonna get it. And there's nothing you can say you do to get it. Starseed constantly co-creating our reality. Yes, we are let me get back. We are co-creators. Yes, we are co-creators. Okay. There's the divine mind, and we all are connected to that divine mind. Okay, we want to wrap up in a while. Okay, I want to thank you too, my brother. You got to find a gift. You got to find your calling. Yes, change begin with self first. Yes, I love this discussion too. Nice having every one of you. I'm coming down to a close in a while. Just want to read all the messages. Yes, indeed, be the change you want to see. Yes, definitely, you must all be the change you want to see. There's some people just sit around and complain and they become observer, just observe and complain. But no, you have to be a problem solver. Okay, when you read about the Christ, he was solving problems. And that's what our gift would do for us, help us to solve problems. There's so many problems in the world that need to be solved, and they're waiting on you. There are millions of people around the world waiting for you. Awakening people's biggest fear should be working a job we hate. Yes, one of the worst thing is to work a job that you hate. And I'm speaking from experience. Okay? I was so confused and depressed working in the post office for over 17 years. It's as if I was going mad. I had to get out of that place. Okay? Indeed, we must walk by laws. Yes, we must walk by the laws that governs all of humanity. I love how your teaching make us question the system in terms of education. It just enlightened to realize that your imagination was before before education. It's greater than education. Okay, so education really and truly is not actually the key to prosperity and abundance. It's finding your gift, knowing your talent. That's most important. Okay, because as I always say, the bench was first imagine the book, the pencil, the pen, the blackboard, even the building called school. They always first imagine. Okay. Ron Joseph, greeting brother. What are your thoughts about people that call themselves Satanists and the idea of worshiping Satan? People do all of these things to create fear in the minds of people. There are always people who always want to rule over people and control other people, and they can do it by no other way but by fear. Satan, the devil, actually is a self-doubt. Everything has its polar opposite. Like for example, this money, it has the back and it has the front. Okay? A coin, it has a head and it has a tail. But it's one coin. Just like your body, you have the head and you have the tail. Okay? You have positive, you have negative. There's always the law of polarity. The same one that creates the light is the same one that creates the darkness. The Bible tells you that in Isaiah chapter 45, verses 5 to 7. I create the darkness and I create the light. I create good and I create evil. I am God and there is no other. You see, when people do not know that God is their imagination, they don't know that the devil is their imagination too, the negative thinking, the negative thoughts, the self-doubt and these things. Okay? Also in Deuteronomy 32 and Deuteronomy 32, 39 says, I am God and there is no other. It says, I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Okay? So, God and the devil is the same person. As simple as that. Yes, my magic wand. Yes, we are all magical beings. Okay? We are magical. That's why I named the Bible the 66 books of magic, because you must activate your magical self. We are all magicians having a human experience. That's why I say, yes, you call those things that be not as they are. That's magic. Faith is magic. Taking something from the invisible and make it visible in the physical world. Okay? I'm in my last year in the education system and I finally see through these lies and deception. They do it all for money and personal gains, and children suffer self-doubt and failures. It's truly sad. Yeah, the amount of money that banks make from lending loans for people to further their education in universities and so on, just to come back to get a job. That happened a lot in my country. There's many people who bank so much money to further themselves, and all they could do is come back and get a job instead of providing jobs for many people. Okay? And that's one of the desires of my heart, to provide many jobs for others. Had I had this knowledge before, that's what I would have been doing. I always love to help people. But it's never too late. Okay? And whatever education you receive, be grateful for it. But remember that your imagination is greater than any form of education there is. Remember that. Can you speak to die for a week? Can you speak die for awakening? I'm not the kind of person who goes to any extreme and diet and so on, like say, uh, if you're a vegetarian, be more spiritual, or if you're a vegan, be more spiritual. I eat based on my whole intuitive being. If I love something and I enjoy it, I eat it. Okay, there's certain things I don't eat because my body don't process it like quickly enough, so I don't eat them. Okay, because they will make me feel bloated and so on. Because you have different metabolism. The people based on their body type, their metabolism can be slow or fast. It all depends on if you are endomorph or ectomorph or mesomorph. Okay, but I don't want to go into all of that. So eat what you enjoy, but that doesn't mean you're gonna go and eat all the junk there is. Okay. Okay, I'm coming down to a close here now. Let me just answer these rest and okay. Seeing a bright, very bright light in your vision, is that an eye opening? Yes, all of those experiences are very much eye opening. As long as you start practicing meditation, start to believe in yourself, everything that you see happening is a sign. It's a sign of your awakening. It's a sign of you becoming more aware. It's a process. You see, you keep expanding and you keep growing in knowledge and understanding and keep seeing things from a different perspective and so on. It's all about expansion, okay? Not about stagnation. Religion keep you stagnated. Okay? Now I wanna thank each and every person. Okay, let me just see something here before. Greetings all. Do we have to work until I does it will come naturally? It comes naturally. It comes naturally. Okay? Think about using the law. The law is where you're creating naturally. Learn to do that first. Okay? It's like we born here as a little baby, a little child, and we creep, okay, before we walk. Okay? And we walk before we run. So that's very important. Okay, I think I want to come to close here, but let me just answer these last and then I'll end. Somebody was saying something about Sabbath. I want to make sure I answer that. Oh, Shabbat Shalom, and thanks for helping me to keep the Sabbath day holy. Okay. Some people speak about keeping the Sabbath holy, and some people think about a physical day, but for me it's different. I see Sabbath as you coming into rest. I look at Genesis as teaching you that when you have a thought, it is without void and it is without form. And you when you say the Spirit move upon the water, it is you put in action to that which you believe. And when you see it being manifested, you come into rest. Okay, that's how I see it. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I enjoy every moment of it. And thank you all also for your time too. Thank everyone who have been a part of this. I'm looking forward for next week again to reach out to you and for us to share these gems together and to encourage others to be a part of this life chat. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to say to you, make sure you know what is your gift and what is your calling, and use your gift and your calling to bless humanity. There are many, many people out there waiting on you. Your country is waiting on you. Your friends, your relatives, they all are waiting on you. Be an inspiration. Peace. Love you all. I'm out.